An enchanting tale is about to hit the big screen. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris is the story of an ordinary British housekeeper who chases her dream to own a couture Christian Dior gown. It stars Academy Award nominee Lesley Manville, along with Lucas Bravo, who you know from Emily in Paris, and also director Anthony Fabien. I talked to all of them about putting together this uplifting, delightful film that actually almost didn't happen because of the pandemic. Take a look.
What was it like trying to first put this all together in the midst of a pandemic, right? You started filming this in 2020?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Well, terrifying is the answer. We started pre-production and then we had to stop for 3 months. And of course, when you have to stop, you're never sure if you're ever going to get a chance to start again.
I honestly thought it would never happen, but you know, film and television companies worldwide got their acts together pretty quickly with COVID practices because they had to, otherwise there'd have been no content for us.
Bombs away.
Mrs. Harris, what would I do without you?
We also had a secret weapon, which is my lucky penny. Which is
Here it is.
the penny that Ada tosses on the bridge.
I was just gonna, she tosses a coin.
Yeah, and that penny was in my pocket throughout production. I'm convinced that's why we didn't have to stop.
Where did you find this?
I was given it by the props guy.
The end result is just, I've been able to see it, and you just feel so much lighter. It's kind of what we've needed, especially here in America. We've had a really tough couple of weeks. I was like, this is just a really nice story to go see and feel good about humanity again.
Thank you. That's the effect we hope to have. In fact, it's interesting because it was written just after the war when people had been suffering and struggling a lot. And it feels as though, well, we're going through another war now in the Ukraine, but just generally the world is feeling like a very difficult place. And I think the film is well timed to cheer people up a bit.
It's a sign from my angel.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to buy a dress. A Christian Dior from Paris.
What was it like for you too? It's a big departure from your usual roles that we've seen you play on stage and film before. Did you?
Yes.
But as you said, actually you don't have that baggage that you carry around with you all the time anyway.
No, but I think that cocktail of roles is an important one if you get offered the right parts and you get the chance to mix it up, because I do get to mix things up in terms of the class of people I play, but I suppose I am known for playing quite a lot of tortured souls. So it's quite nice to play. It was quite nice to play somebody who was just a bit more positive, and had a bit less baggage.
You dare to follow your dreams, Mrs. Harris. Bravo.
This is not possible. Not at all.
Where are you going, Mrs. Harris? To see the boss.
Are you yourself into fashion, or did you learn a few things while you were recording?
I'm completely into fashion. I always have been. So it was a joy for me to watch that fashion show in the film. We shot it over 2 or 3 days, and I wasn't bored. I mean, I just had to sit there and watch, really. And all of my reactions were really part Ada, part Lesley.
Is that, I think Lesley just told me that took 2 or 3 days to shoot that scene, the fashion show?
The fashion show itself was 1 day, but the scenes around it took about 4 days altogether.
And also the fact that you chose, and which I really loved about this movie, is that you chose to shoot the fashion show like a fashion show, like it was happening from the start to finish. So I was able to really travel back in time, because this entire continuity was happening with all the new look dresses and people in costumes, and the Dior house reproduced with the blueprints from Dior. It really felt like a time machine. It was amazing.
What was I thinking coming here? I'm just a cleaner from London.
No, you're a cleaner who dreams of the most beautiful gown in the world.
It's not sewing, it's making moonlight.
Lucas, I don't know if you do your own Instagram, but on your Instagram, I think you have about 17 posts total. 2 of them are about this movie.
I'm overdoing it, yeah.
I've spent too long on my own, wishing my life away. You don't want to do the same thing.
I obviously loved this movie. It was such a pleasure shooting it, and being in Budapest and shooting in Paris, and being with Lesley, Jason, Isabel, and all the team, all the cast and crew were amazing. I couldn't post enough about it.
All right, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris is in movie theaters, not this Friday, but next Friday, July 15th.